The Wild Dolphin Project. Hi, Radio Lab. This is Allison Myers.
This is Nathan Scripture.
This is Drew Mayer.
Hi, Radio Lab. It's me. My name is Matthias Bachmann.
Hi, this is Celeste.
And here is the text I was supposed to read. Radio Lab is produced by Jad Abumrad,
Our staff includes Ellen Horn, Thorne Wheeler,
Tim Howard,
Brenna Farrell,
Molly Webster,
Melissa O'Donnell,
Dylan Keith,
Jamie York,
Lynn Levy,
Andy Mills,
Kelsey Pettit,
and Matt Kilty.
with help from Ariane Black,
Barry Finkel, and Lily Sullivan. Special thanks to Latif Nasser, David Rothenberg, Philip Hansen Bailey,
Joshua Fuller, Kelly Hall, and the crew of the Spinella.
Thanks again, Lynn. It was fun.
Have a good one.
Bye.
And this message.
WNYC support comes from Sundance Institute. Tickets, passes, and ticket packages to the 2016 Sundance Film Festival will be available online, no registration required, October 14th at noon Mountain Standard Time. More at sundance.org/tickets.
Stay tuned. On Being is up next on 93.9 FM. Tonight, Krista Tippett speaks with Mary Catherine Bateson, the daughter of iconic anthropologists Margaret Mead and Gregory Bateson. She's an anthropologist and linguist in her own right, and her work explores family life, wisdom, and aging. That's next on 93.9 FM, and Fresh Air is on AM 820. Mostly clear for the rest of tonight with a low around 53 degrees. Tomorrow, sunny, high 73. It's 61 and clear right now in Central Park at 9 o'clock.
This is WNYC, FM, HD, and AM, New York. Just keep listening.
The wise linguist and anthropologist Mary Catherine Bateson explores the matter of composing our lives, of life as an improvisational art at every age. Since her childhood as the daughter of the iconic anthropologists Margaret Mead and Gregory Bateson, she's had an ability to move through the world as both an original observer and a joyful participant.
There are people who are just observers and don't engage with others. There are people that just engage and don't think about what's happening. And to learn to go back and forth between or simultaneously be learning, observing, but at the same time be fully present was a marvelous thing to learn. And it's a marvelous way to live, actually.
I'm Krista Tippett, and this is On Being. Stay with us.
From NPR News in Washington, I'm Jack Speer. The top U.S. military commander in Afghanistan today is disavowing earlier official statements that an American airstrike that hit a Doctors Without Borders hospital in Kunduz, Afghanistan, was carried out to protect U.S. troops. NPR's David Welnick explains General John Campbell says the air raid was instead meant to defend Afghan forces.
A U.S. military statement issued over the weekend from Kabul claimed American forces had carried out the Kunduz airstrike, quote, against insurgents who were directly firing upon U.S. service members. But General Campbell told reporters at the Pentagon that statement was wrong.
We have now learned that on October 3rd, Afghan forces advised that they were taking fire from enemy positions and asked for air support from U.S. forces. An airstrike was then called to eliminate the Taliban threat, and several civilians were accidentally struck.
22 people died in the airstrike. Campbell refused to provide details of the military operation, noting that the Pentagon is investigating the incident. He said if errors were committed, they'll be acknowledged, and those responsible will be held accountable. David Wellman, NPR News, Washington.
Investigators are at the site of an Amtrak derailment in central Vermont, where a Washington, D.C.-bound train struck rocks that tumbled onto the tracks from a ledge that gave way. Vermont Public Radio's Peter Hirschfield says more than 100 people were on board.
Vermont Governor Peter Shumlin says 6 passengers were transported to a nearby hospital with minor injuries, and that a 7th was airlifted to Dartmouth Hitchcock Medical Center in more serious condition.
And as one of the passengers said to me, someone was looking out for us, because we walked out of a very, very difficult situation.
The governor says state officials and the National Transportation Safety Board will investigate the derailment. For NPR News, I'm Peter Hirschfeld in Montpelier, Vermont.
In South Carolina, residents continue to struggle to deal with massive flooding that has closed roads, forced evacuations, and left 40,000 people without water. At least 10 deaths are being attributed to the storm. Fire trucks have been pumping floodwaters from a hospital in downtown Columbia. South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley says other issues also remain in the wake of the flooding.
The biggest challenges that we face is following the wave of the water from the Midlands down to the coast. Road closures, trying to monitor those and make sure that we're watching those properly. Debris removal, now we're getting to that point to where we are looking for downed trees, any sort of limbs or things that are getting in the way.
Officials in Columbia are warning hundreds of thousands of residents there to boil water before using it for drinking or cooking. President Obama has signed a federal disaster declaration. The service sector, one of the broadest segments of the overall U.S. economy, is showing some signs of slowing. The Institute for Supply Management, a key purchasing managers group, says its monthly service sector index slipped just over 2 points in September. Or even with the dip, the latest reading shows the sector is still expanding. On Wall Street, a strong start to the week. The Dow gained 304 points today.